Chris Henderson is your average 13-year-old, spending much of his time studying and doing homework. And like many students his age, Chris dreams of one day putting on a helmet and spending his Friday nights on the gridiron.
Ever since I was 3 years old, my dream, I just always wanted to play football.
But for Chris, that dream is a long shot. That's because as a homeschooled student in Virginia, he can't even try out for the public school team.
When you're homeschooled and you're not allowed to play public school sports, you can't get scouted because they want to see you playing games. So if I just have the chance to try out, then at least I'll know that I've had my chance.
Please give our children an opportunity. It's about the students, it's about the kids, their future. Do not penalize them just because their parents or families have decided to not take the option of educating them in the public school system.
Homeschool families around the country are fighting for the right to play public high school sports. 32 states have some sort of policy giving homeschoolers access to public sports. Many, however, are restrictive and decided at the local level.
Let me be clear, I'm not looking for a guaranteed roster position. I would just like the chance to try out.
Homeschool athletes in Virginia will soon be able to suit up and play public school sports right alongside their peers. A bill making its way through the State House here will allow public schools to open their doors to homeschoolers. Lawmakers call it the Tebow law. Quarterback Tim Tebow is the icon for the movement. He was able to play in Florida after the state passed a law giving homeschool athletes access to public schools. Tebow then led the local high school to a state championship, went on to win the Heisman Trophy while at the University of Florida, and is now one of the most talked about quarterbacks in the NFL.
His example shows how this can work, that you can do this successfully. It doesn't tear down other athletics. It doesn't impede the other students from being successful.
Delegate Rob Bell is behind the Tebow law in Virginia.
All these kids want to do is try out. They live in the community. Again, they work with them at the food line. They are side by side at Boy Scouts. They know these kids, but they can't do this one thing, which is they're not even allowed to try out for the football team. I think that bothers people. I think they think that's unfair.
Many homeschoolers already play organized sports through local athletic groups. But for some families, public school athletics are just the better option.
In rural areas, there are a few leagues available. The ones that are available will take a lot of travel, which isn't practical or affordable for a lot of parents. And in addition, they're not available for all sports. So there may be a soccer league, but if you want to row crew or play football, then that may not be available.
Groups representing Virginia's superintendents and athletic directors are fighting the bill and trying to keep homeschoolers off the field.
If my football team is so good that you want to come and participate on my football team, what's wrong with my chemistry class? What's wrong with my algebra class? You know, I mean, come, be a part of the public schools and then certainly earn the privilege to participate on our teams.
Critics point to eligibility, saying it will be nearly impossible to ensure homeschool students are meeting the same attendance and grade requirements as those in the public school.
If I've got 3 kids who show up and want to play football, I need to see your physical. Where do you live? I need to see that you live in our zone. And I need to see your report card. If that report card doesn't show me I was in social studies, science, math, English, foreign language, health, PE, whatever those classes are they're taking, and that I earned this grade and this GPA, I don't think I have any choice but to rule them ineligible.
A rallying cry for homeschool families seems to be over taxes and their right to participate in public school programs.
Everybody's finances are pinched right now, localities too, but families are paying high property taxes, and those support their local public schools, so they do want access.
These are public schools. It is a school that belongs to the public. It doesn't belong to the VEA. It doesn't belong to the principal. It belongs to the public. Among those public are homeschoolers. And I think that's why the polls all show that, in fact, this is popular.
Despite the passionate debate, a Republican majority in Virginia means the Tebow law stands a good chance of passing.
This is going to take step by step, state by state, the entire country. And I don't see any way 25 years from now people won't look back and say, I don't know what the big problem was.
While the debate rages on, Chris Henderson continues to work out and practice, just in case he gets the chance to fulfill his dream of playing in front of hundreds of screaming fans on Friday nights.
Man, that'd be so awesome just to play in that spotlight. And I know that if the Lord has blessed me with the ability to play football at halfway decent, and I'd like to take that and to reach souls for Christ in the world.
Tyler James, CBN News in Richmond, Virginia.